You've been wounded 22 blast wounds in the attack. You were hit in the neck 5 times. You were hit in the chest and stomach. You're credited with saving as many as 25 lives.
In 2012, Libya was unstable, and Benghazi was one of its flashpoints. For the 6 men of a CIA security team, most nights passed in silence, training, watching, waiting. They were used to chaos, but this was a lull before something worse. On the night of September 11th, militants struck the U.S. diplomatic compound. Dozens of fighters armed with rifles, RPGs, and mortars stormed the gates. Fires lit up the sky, and the small security team suddenly faced an enemy that outnumbered them many times over. At first, the order came to hold position, to stay put and wait. But every man on the team knew what that meant. Americans inside the compound would die. In that moment, hesitation was the enemy. Chris Tanto Paronto and his teammates made their choice. They advanced into the firefight, crossing the line from waiting to engaging, knowing the odds were stacked against them. The battle stretched on for hours. Ammunition had to be rationed. They rotated shifts at the walls to keep exhaustion from breaking them. Mortars shook the compound. Every lull in the fighting was followed by another wave of attackers. The math of survival was unforgiving. The breaking point came when mortar fire threatened to collapse their position completely. Outnumbered, cut off, and fighting with limited supplies, the compound itself was crumbling around them. Most units would have broken under that kind of pressure. This one didn't. In the chaos, training took over. There was no time for speeches or heroics, just movement and control. Aim, fire, move, repeat. 13 hours of discipline against chaos. When exhaustion blurred the senses, they fell back on instincts drilled over years of preparation. By dawn, the attackers withdrew. The Americans held their ground. Lives were saved, not because they had superior numbers or firepower, but because discipline didn't break when everything else did. The aftermath carried weight. Lives had been lost, and the scars of that night never left. But for Paronto, the lesson was clear. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your level of training.